International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
There's a line drive right at the shortstop for out number 3.
Apodaca ripped to left field. That will bounce in, so it's going to be extra bases as they'll have to chase that one at the wall in the warning track. Flipped up, there's no play at home. So it's an RBI double for Andrew Apodaca. Runner at third. High leverage spot. Can Chavez keep the tie? No, that's going to be cracked into left field. It's a base hit as Love puts the Sandia Matadors ahead for the first time today.
The 0-2. Upstairs goes the backstop, and the run will not score. Gun down at home.
Chavez rocks and fires. Ahmed, that's going to be an RBI for Ahmed as that one right through the gap in right center. Petrie will scoop that one, and it's looking like a triple as Ahmed plugs into third base, and what a way to score that run for the Matadors.
Coach Romero barking out his orders there to his players. He's been around the game for a long time. Nice shot to center field. That'll bring runners in. Just like that, La Cueva will bring 3 runners in to go up 3-0. Runner advances to third. Shot to center. That looks good. That's gone. Man, outstanding center shot there. As La Cueva will score. Antonio Lucero, second baseman, quite the hitter.
I walked into Cumulus downtown Albuquerque, opened up the microphone at the Sports Animal, and 15 years ago today, we had the very first opening drive. 15 years later, let's celebrate 15, boys. We're at the beautiful Sandia Golf Club, our 15th anniversary show. I believe this to be our 3,795th program. Jeff Symbieta, JJ Buck, DC. We're live out at Sandia Golf Club. Good morning, boys. How you living?
Wow, what it do? Congratulations, Mr. Symbieta.
Well, the sun's coming up over the Sandia Mountains.
Yes, it is.
There's a beautiful golf course behind us.
Indeed.
I got Hall of Famers coming by today. Just got a text from Richard Patino saying 8 o'clock today, right? He's coming by. We're going to catch up with Hal Mummy coming up at 7:30, who was a legend on this show in football and such a big part. Nick Nee's going to be here, Mario Mocha, John Traub. I got Hall of Famer. The show over the producers that said, yep, we're coming by. Encourage you to come on by and have a burrito and say hello and register to win some prizes and be part of what we're doing. I don't know, man. It's a lot's happened over 15 years. A lot of people, you've been part of it for what, 12? Is that what it was?
12 to 13.
Yeah.
Right in that range.
You and I have been a lot.
It was a long time
DC,
hanging out together.
3 months.
3 months.
Welcome.
It's funny though. 3 months, and I feel like I'm starting to be part of the show.
Well,
But 15 is amazing.
You're more than part of it. You're pretty amazing. You're going to meet some freaks today that are going to come by. I found the old T-shirt. The
I
very
saw
first
that.
T-shirt back when we started at 8 o'clock in the morning. But we're going to give you a program today and go through what's important in the world today. But come on by if you're in the area, and if you're not, become in the area. And I don't know, maybe play golf with us. We're gonna play golf today.
Get the sticks out.
Yeah.
Too?
Enjoy it. It is an anniversary, so you got to have a little fun along the way. Talking about all the people that have helped get us here, helped you continue to do this, Jeff, for so many years. And that's why, when people look at it and think, well, you're talking about How Mummy. Well, it set the tone for getting coaches every Monday and Tuesday from New Mexico State. And the fact that they've continued to do it for 15 years also says a lot about this show that you've been able to do.
What I've tried to do with the Monday and Tuesdays, and this has been really cool because now granted, and you and I have done the research, I think DC over the 15 years, I believe it's like 4 times on the same weekend the Lobos and Aggies won, that they both won, which is, we've covered a lot of the games they've lost,
Yes,
right?
we have.
And it's way more fun to talk to coaches when they win. But the whole concept was to give our listeners something different and a perspective from the coach after, not the post-game emotion, right? Not the emotional right after the game, but after they've had time to look at the video, come down from the game, and then look ahead at the next week before they give their press conference. We've always been able to have, and the coach has been incredibly candid with us. Whether it started out with Rocky Long and then Michael Leslie, Bob Davey, and now Dan Gonzalez with UNM on Mondays, and whether it was Hal Mummy and Wayne Walker and Doug Martin, and now, of course, Jerry Kill in Mexico City on Tuesdays. I think they come in here and they respect it. They're going to get the questions. We've never dodged a question, I don't believe. Right? We've asked, and unfortunately, every dang Monday and Tuesday, we've had to ask about who your
quarterback is.
But,
how's the culture?
Right. But I think I've appreciated that their candor and their availability and their willingness to trust our show to do that over the last 15 years. And I think we've got. I mean, how many times have we got quoted in the paper the next morning by the beat writer saying this coach said on the opening drive that, whatever. And so it's that, and that's why we're going to go back and talk to Hal, because back when we started this, he was a big part of it. JJ and I started together back in the closet, back at Super Salad, doing an afternoon show on a station that was bought and became a AM Spanish radio station, because we needed another AM Spanish radio station in Albuquerque because we didn't have nearly enough AM Spanish radio stations. And it killed you as a radio purist that you are, and that you are probably. There was this room, and the sales guy was in the corner, and there was a desk in the corner, and then there were office partitions in this other corner, and that's where we did our radio show.
Yeah,
that's
stapled up
in the soundproof to the wall.
Stapling it to the wall.
Oh,
Yeah.
dude,
It's very
seriously, it was unbelievable. Yeah, that's how we started. I still have that T-shirt too, by the way. I do. All right, we're going to open up the phone lines for you today. Jerry's producing back at Radio Ranch. Jerry, appreciate you. And Jared and Manny have got us set up here. Our market lead and our market manager, Jeff Berry, is here. And hopefully Jeff is going to step on at some point. Insanely appreciative of everybody coming out early this morning. There's burritos here. Come by and be part of it. Mandy and Steph and our whole promotions crew is out here as well. So come by and celebrate with us as we do 15 years. But we got to hit on a few big things. Did everybody hold their breath?
Oh,
Joe
my
Burrow?
goodness.
Yes. I mean, so Jalen Ramsey and Joe Burrow go down in camp yesterday. And, I mean, you got to start looking at the Joe Burrow thing. And when that happens, this is like, okay, I already heard, well, why are they having camp? Why are they doing this? Hey, Joe Burrow's carted off. He has a calf injury. Look, man, I was
like
walking around. And I hurt my
7-on-7
back.
drill.
Yeah.
It was a non-contact injury. You still got to move as an athlete.
Don't you?
And get ready for your season. And this is one that there is no way to prevent this from happening. Like
Yeah,
Joe Burrow could have stepped out of a car.
Non-contact, yeah, that's a scary thing though with the guy who has an ACL history, because you are looking at some of those more severe possibilities. You never want to hear about your quarterback.
Well, it's
getting
all
carted
connected,
off.
right? I mean, it's all and calf injuries. Once you start going down the leg, I mean, it's like guys with foot injuries, right? And well, it's different, but it's when you're getting similar stuff, you're like, okay. So
this
how
is
concerned should I be here? I mean,
Until
when
we
I
get the diagnosis, you should be very concerned. This is a championship-altering injury.
Yeah, this is one of the top 3 quarterbacks in the league by pretty much everyone's
Didn't he
account.
just get paid the other day? No, he hadn't got
No,
paid
that was
yet.
Herbert.
Justin Herbert got paid.
Yeah.
He didn't get paid the other day. And then Jalen Ramsey. 6 to 8 weeks. The Dolphins just traded with the Rams to get Jalen Ramsey, considered one of the best defensive backs in the league, period. And he goes down 6 to 8, and it could be more than that. I mean, look, we're 2 days into camp, and we're starting to get him.
Yeah, the injuries are going to come, and usually you just kind of brush it off when we're talking about Jalen Ramsey or these other guys. Like, oh, that stinks. But the Joe Burrow it's a seismic shift in the AFC. Now, the thing that if it just is a calf injury and they can get away with him being out, say, like 8 weeks, misses 5-6 games in the regular season, they can still be a contender.
Yep. They will be a contender. Okay, I'm going to tell you whether Jalen Ramsey's in the lineup or not. Assuming that Tua doesn't go down and Tyreek Hill doesn't go down, they're going to be contenders. But 2 days in, and we've got issues. All right, I want to get into what Sean Payton had to say, and you guys are Bronco fans. The more I read it, we gave you a taste of it yesterday afternoon. He unloaded. Like what he said when he went off on the general manager, on the former coach, on the players. Basically, to me, this was him protecting his quarterback, saying that this wasn't Russ's fault. It was the parents' fault, not the kid's fault. Is that what you heard? This was him setting his quarterback up for success. For me, when I listened to it, it's like, damn, your quarterback better be successful.
It was that's the way I felt when you started hearing how everyone was reacting to it. So many people getting caught up on, why is he taking a shot at the Jets? How dare he? He's a head coach. Everyone saw what Nathaniel Hackett did. He's not breaking any news of how bad Nathaniel Hackett was
historically brutal
last season. But it was so much about giving Russell Wilson one more chance to win over that locker room, to show that, hey, he might have been over his skis, but he can come back. And that's something that we were talking about a lot, DC, is so many players have spoken out against Russell Wilson that how do you ever get that back? And I think Sean Payton is trying to open that door, saying, yeah, Russell Wilson got a little cray-cray, got a little over his skis, but now we're all here together.
So did you find it to be a shot at the Jets and Hackett?
After reading the entire transcript, not directly. I kind of like JJ said. I think it is kind of backing up his quarterback and trying to reset that locker room.
There was a shot in there, though, right? Inarguable.
There was definitely a shot. Yes,
and honestly, fine.
That's great. That's a great storyline.
Go do your thing.
Week 5.
Let's break. Hal Mummy's going to be with us at 7:30. I want to get into the conference expansion stuff, and the ACC has now jumped into the fray. The Pac-12 says we're going to be aggressive. I don't know how aggressive they can be. I mean, San Diego State's the obvious. Is Colorado State now on deck? Is the Mountain West in trouble? I mean, what do you do if you're the Mountain West? How do you protect yourself? There's so many tentacles to what's going on here. We're at the San Diego Golf Club. We are on the patio. We are celebrating 15 years of this here radio show. Come on by, say hello. Richard Pitino's going to be here coming up at 8 o'clock this morning. And we're going to talk to Mario Moja at 9:15, John Traub at 9:30, Hal Mummy at 7:30. Guest list, I've got Hall of Famers coming in. I got RSVPs from all of them, and it's going to be a good day. Come by, have a burrito, say hello, and celebrate 15 with us here on the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
Sometimes it's the small things that make life easier, like never worrying about being declined at an ATM when only cash will do. With your covered from U.S. Eagle, we'll cover you, even if the money's not there. That's a good feeling. And we do it with no extra fees or penalties. It's called trust, and we think that's important, especially if we're asking you to trust us. At U.S. Eagle, that's just part of what it means when we say people mean more.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers. We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am a Air Force Special Warfare pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
As a mom, I try to make the best choices for my family and our health. That's why I choose Western Sky Community Care. It's a Medicaid plan with quality health coverage and special benefits like Boys and Girls Club membership credit, additional dental benefits, and wellness and support programs. I decide which Medicaid plan is right for us. I choose Western Sky Community Care.
Learn more about Western Sky Community Care by visiting discoverwesternsky.com today.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com. We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
For longer than that. Anyways, looking forward to talking to you again this year. Congratulations again.
Well, I promise you, Jerry has been a guest on our show for more than 15 years. It dates all the way back to the closet, doesn't it? The Super Salad days?
Yeah, when you'd bring over your lunch from Super Salad on the plate, just walk it across to the next office and then return it.
Return the plate. Opening drive, 15 years old today. I believe it to be our 3,795th show by calculation. Joseph's here. Joseph, thanks for stopping by on your way to work. Come on by. We got we're on the patio with the Sandia Golf Club, and Nick Nee's going to stop by. Richard Patino's going to be here in a little bit, and we're giving away stuff, so you can register to win a mystery signed jersey from All in Autographs. register to win a golf bag, a beautiful golf bag that San Diego Golf Club is donated. And we're going to continue the party this afternoon. We're going to be out at Hooters tonight on San Mateo. Actually, this afternoon is the afternoon show. Helps us celebrate 15 years as well. We'll be out with Van and Fred at Hooters from 4 to 6:15, and that's when we're going to give away the golf bag. So come by, register, all kinds of gifts and all kinds of good stuff to give away. As we, gosh, 15, man, you've been doing radio for a while. 15 seems like a number, doesn't it? There's a cake and everything. You see that? There's a full cake, Edward.
We're eating cake?
Manny's got a real full cake.
Excellent.
Yeah, Manny, thanks for coming out and doing this. Thanks for coming out and putting on this show. I've never done a show with like 5 people here to say.
I know, it's crowded.
So much help. Well, when you get to 15 years, they start to help you
Is
out.
that what happens? Then they know you're there.
They're like, all right, we'll give this guy some help.
All right, talk to me about what happens with expansion now. So Colorado's gone from the Pac-12 to the Big 12. And again, I tell you this on a daily basis. Everybody who tells you they know, I don't believe really knows. We had Jerry Palm, who's an expert, was from CBS Sports, was with us yesterday. I don't believe he totally knows, even though he says he does. As we go through this now, the Big 12 is trying to figure out, do they want more teams? The Pac-12 has realized they need more teams. Who are they getting? How do they keep the teams they have? The ACC jumped in yesterday and says, well, we're looking as well. And would Oregon and Washington, or would somebody be interesting to us? And then there's the Mountain West, who all their teams are going, yeah, take me, but how do we stay together? And I don't know. Honestly, I have no idea what the next step is. I mean, we can all speculate on what if, but this thing is getting really, really interesting, and I think it's going to happen relatively rapidly.
Yeah, at this point, the best game to play is just what do you want to see? And I put this out there last night, and I called it the new Mountain Pacific Sports Federation.
Ooh.
The Federation, I like it.
Mountain Pacific Sports Federation. So it consists of this: the Mountain Division, Boise State, Utah State, Wyoming, Colorado State Air Force, New Mexico, UNLV, Nevada. The Pacific Division, San Diego State, Fresno State, San Jose State, Cal, Stanford, Washington State, Oregon State, Hawaii.
So it's a Mountain West.
16-team league. There you go.
It's a Mountain West with extra teams is what it is, right? Which is great, and it feeds what you want, what people around here would want.
That's the only way to talk about it at this point in time. Is just, what do you want?
Well, and that's what you want, right? What do those teams want? San Diego State's like, yeah, I don't want that. Colorado State's like, yeah, we think we're better than that. UNLV's like, well, I know we're better than that. Boise State feels they're better.
But they're not.
Is it fair to worry about the New Mexicos? I asked you this yesterday, right? The Utah States, the San Jose States, the Renos, the Wyomings of the world. Because everybody is clamoring to figure out how to get into – I don't even know what a power conference is going to be anymore. I really have no idea what it's going to look like. And so is it worth – now, was it worth speculating? Sure it is. Who makes the next move? Is it the Pac-12 inviting San Diego State and or Colorado State and or SMU? Is that the next move, or is the next move the Big 12 announcing that Arizona or Utah or Arizona State have jumped over and have joined the Big 12? What do you think? Because I think one of those two is the next. Don't you?
Because it comes down to the uncertainty, I think, with Oregon and Washington. That's the only thing that's holding the Pac-12 together right now.
Right.
You have Arizona, you have Arizona State who are kind of buddy-buddy. The presidents have talked how can they survive in different leagues? Yes, but they don't want to be in different leagues. And in that scenario, that's with the Big 12 going full 4 corners, or 3 corners at that point, Utah, Colorado, and Arizona, with Oregon and maybe Washington potentially finding their way to the Big 10. And then at that point in time, if you're a San Diego State, if you're a Colorado State, the grass isn't greener in the Pac-12. Because just because the Pac-12, you're not getting
is there more money?
A huge media rights deal.
Is there more money?
Just for Cal, Stanford. Now, if Oregon, Washington, Arizona State are gone.
Not if you don't think there's any more? Yeah, I don't know what the numbers would be. And I don't think they know either, by the way.
And that's what I brought it up yesterday. If you're CBS Sports, you're Fox Sports, you have Mountain West properties right now, how intriguing would it be for you to somehow get some of these schools that are in the Pac-12 on the same wavelength as the Mountain West, and then you start to dominate all that content, and that is yours because we have.
Yeah, but you got to have those schools on board with.
Yeah, but we have seen reports, and we know that the TV executives absolutely are part of these conversations
No,
because it's all about money, and they can help influence things.
Here's what my gut tells me. I'm not hearing anything from the Big Ten in regards to Oregon and Washington. And so my initial reaction is, well, then you should be worried about that. But I didn't hear anything when SC and UCLA left. I didn't hear a damn whisper. Did you? Remember that day that went down? We all went, wait, what? This isn't right. This isn't real. This is fake news. Jerry Palm was on yesterday from CBS Sports, who said, yeah, I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think the Big Ten wants Oregon and Washington. I don't know that I totally think that's right. I don't know that I think it's totally wrong either. But the fact that there's not a whisper coming out of there, does that make you think that it's further or closer?
I think with what we're seeing, the Pac-12 start to disintegrate a little bit at the bottom, I would think it's closer because even if you're the Big Ten, yes, it's not the Los Angeles market, but adding the two biggest football brands left on the West Coast.
Look, man, there's a lot of people up there. There's a lot of people
It's
in Washington.
Seattle.
Yeah, it's Portland. There's a lot of people.
Oregon and Nike. Like, those are things you want to be aligned with, and it would make a ton of sense for the Big Ten.
The other whisper I'm hearing also is Florida State to potentially SEC or Big Ten.
And Clemson wants out too.
Yeah, with financial concerns.
And that's why the ACC made a little noise yesterday, because Florida State and Clemson are members of the ACC. They want to go they want to go to the SEC. All of a sudden, the Big 12 going to become number 3?
It's starting to look that way, isn't
right?
it?
It's going to be SEC and Big 10. And where do you want to be and where's the most money? All right, we're going to talk some football when we get back. We are out at San Diego Golf Club. You can get in today, 505-246-0610. Send us an email, jeff@sportsanimалabq.com, jj@sportsanimалabq.com. The Sports Animal text line is open at 505-246-0610. Richard Pitino is going to be here. See, Micah's here? You see Micah?
Oh, an old producer.
Yeah, well, I mean, a former producer. I don't know that he's that dang old. I mean, he still looks young and he still looks good. And I mean, he's a former producer. I don't know that he's getting that old. We're going to talk to a former coach at New Mexico State, a guy who was with us when we started this thing way, way back 15 years ago, and catch up with Hal Mumme, who's been doing some great things in football throughout his career. And I want to just reminisce on some of his days, what he's done since he was at New Mexico State. He's been in various professional football leagues as well. Let's catch up with former Aggie coach Hal Mumme when we return. Looking forward to talking to him about what he thinks and what's happening at New Mexico State. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
This report is... We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers. We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
ProView Networks would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Hans Whitler Automotive, German car maintenance and repair in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Call 505-294-7684 or visit hanswhitlerauto.com. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am a Air Force Special Warfare Pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Marty Size in Albuquerque today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Hooters, one of the original on the show. I think Skip's coming by Hooters today too. We'll be at Hooters for the afternoon show. Hooters on San Mateo today. And we'll join Fred and Van. They're going to celebrate a little bit of what we've done today and looking forward to being out there. Come by here at the San Diego Golf Club. We are on the patio outside the beautiful San Diego Golf Club, and we've got stuff to give away. Eat specials. The sun's coming up over the Sandia Mountains. It is a perfect, beautiful Burque July morning. You can register to win a all-in autographs mystery signed jersey. San Diego Golf Club has given us a golf bag to give away that you can register for. We got all kinds of sports animal prizes as well. So come by and say hello. And we got our whole team out here. Jeff Symbieta, JJ Buck, DC is here. And we are efforting Hal Mummy. You know, I think back over the years of some of the conversations we've had with coaches. And can you remember one? Because I'm struggling with this. One that was contentious, one that got it, because we've had plenty of uncomfortable moments, right? We've had plenty of uncomfortable conversations. We've had plenty when look, there's been enough losing records in football around here, right? Between New Mexico and New Mexico State over the last 15 years, that there's been some. But can you remember one contention? I think coaches, you know, going from Hal all the way to what we've had currently, I think every coach knows what he's getting into and has been pretty candid with us.
Yeah, I think there's been a respect that goes back and forth when you're doing it every week throughout the season. I know that you're watching the game, you're listening to them, you're trying to ask them questions relevant about what they have said previously and how that is translating to the football field. I think about times, though, that we've gotten great responses. I think about kind of Doug Martin when he knew he was at the end and they started just taking a flamethrower to the entire program and just putting like everyone and everything on blast. And just styles, like you'd ask Bob Davie a question about why'd you go for it on fourth down in the fourth quarter, or didn't go for it on fourth down in the fourth quarter when you're trailing a football game. He's like, I don't recall that. what are you talking about? Like, okay, Bob. Like,
But Bob would talk about the scheme, right? And he would always talk about the scheme and schematically it was right and how unique it is. I forgot. So do you see Doug Martin was the coach at New Mexico State before Jerry Kill, and it was becoming pretty apparent that his tenure was running down. He was the first coach to take New Mexico State to a bowl game since 1960. They won the Arizona Bowl back in 17. And they had a few losing seasons after that. And he came on one Monday morning and ripped on the facilities and ripped on the nutrition and ripped on the fans and ripped on like he did. He kind of took a blowtorch and it's like, wow, all right. Yeah. Basically, it's not my fault because we don't have the money. We don't have the facilities. The fan base isn't showing up. We don't have air conditioning and it's leaking in the locker room, and we can't do the weight room's this, and it's like, whoa. And then it's all perspective, right? Because Jerry Kill's in there now in relatively the same place. Now that they've committed to getting new facilities, but it's all perspective, isn't it? About
absolutely
how you look at things. But yeah, I forgot about that. He blew the place up.
How long did it last after that?
Till the end of the season. I mean, he won his last game.
It was in the final few weeks of the season.
Yeah.
Was it?
This was November or probably October, and it was becoming apparent where this was going, right? And there were some other problems going on within the operation, and boy, I forgot about that. I think back to some of the great conversations we've had over the years, and some of the stories that were told. I think of Scott Bamford. I was thinking of him just the other day,
just like almost discovering him.
Yeah.
A kid an Albuquerque kid who was fantastic in high school, and we know how big basketball is, but you can still go under the radar in high school basketball.
Cracks. Yeah,
and his story of going to Weber State, being best buds with Damian Lillard, and now kind of the community was able to rediscover him through the basketball
TBT.
tournament.
Yeah, and he was the young man who really lit it up last year for the Enchantment. And again, this year, if you watch the TBT, Del Norte High School, he broke a lot of Damian Lillard's records. He played with Dame Lillard at Weber State. They're still really tight. I mean, his story was great. I think of just some of the stories, the human stories of people who have come on. I think of the day Paul Krebs resigned. And we got word that the athletic director at UNM, there was a lot of heat, and he was on 15 minutes later. He answered the call. Paul came on. And actually, I haven't been on with you. Was this big conversation last week? When the Paul Krebs verdict came down, I was out of town. Did you guys get deep into this last week at all?
Deep? No, we mentioned it.
What was, if any, our listeners, our callers, what was the response from our
I think for a lot of people, it was, oh, this is still going on.
Yeah.
It was kind of out of sight, out of mind, because it happened the initial outrage and everything before COVID. Everything had to be put on the back burner, and now it comes back to trial. And I think a lot of people are like, oh, we had gotten over that.
Yeah, when the callers, it's funny, they talked to me first.
Right.
And there was a lot of confusion. They thought it had been wrapped up. They were surprised it was still a thing.
So when Paul resigned, he came on with us literally within 15 minutes. It's kind of like when Joe Franklin a couple weeks ago, he was on with us right away. We've had that access. It went down, a week ago Friday? Is that when the verdict came down? And I was out early this week. Paul, whatever you think of Paul shouldn't have gone to jail. Like what we're talking about, and I know a lot of stuff that happened. This felt like so political. This felt like an attorney general trying to make a point. And this was a high-profile, emotional case that you could say, look, this is the privilege taking advantage. JJ, you and I spent a lot of time back when this golf trip happened talking about this is not an anomaly. This is not a horrible idea to try to make a fundraiser and let's go. It's happened at other places. This is not the first time anybody said, hey, let's take a bunch of boosters, let's do a golf trip to Scotland. Okay, come play with the coach, come play. It's not the first time. Secondly, it is part of fundraising, part of raising money to, what's the word I'm looking for? To take care of the people who take care of you, right? To treat your donors, to continue. It's cultivation.
Yeah, and I think
to keep them coming back. I do it with the bowl game.
Yeah, I think what it's with anything what we found out, and it's why he did not go to jail, is because he
didn't steal money.
Didn't steal money, but what it became apparent is there was a lack of trust from the fan base towards the university, and that's what
it was a really tough time.
Eddie Nunez has had to come back and rebuild in the community. Is all right if you're going to do things, just do it the right way.
Paul made mistakes now. Okay, Paul used the wrong funds. He took money from the wrong place. He made mistakes. Like Paul made a mistake. I'm not telling you like nothing happened here. That's not what I'm telling you. But he didn't deserve to go to jail. And I think that there was a lot of money. I'd love to see how much money was brought in. How much did they spend trying to prosecute Paul? But I think they got to the right place eventually on this. All right, when we come back, Rich Pitino is going to be with us. He's on his way. He's going to be here, I believe, at 8:00. I'm looking forward to seeing him. I've got Hall of Famers on the way. Howard's coming. Grady's coming down from Santa Fe and Picos. Have you met Grady yet?
Not yet.
Grady's on his way. He's on road. His ETA is 8:36. Howard is going to be there within an hour. Edward's bringing a half-eaten cake, I'm hearing. Jess is spending the day fishing with his kid as he should. So I got Hall of Famers coming in. When we come back, Jeff Berry, who is our market manager, general manager, a guy who allows us to do this in so many respects and has been here most of the 15 years. He went away for a little while. He's going to come by. He was there the day we started this thing. He's here still. Hopefully it's not our last day. It's the opening drive. Come out and see us at Sandia Golf Club. Register to win some great prizes and grab a burrito and come by and say hello. We're on the patio at the Sandia Golf Club. 15th anniversary of the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610 Sports Animal.
This report is sponsored by AutoZone.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Marty Size in Albuquerque today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Hans Whitler Automotive, German car maintenance and repair in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Call 505-294-7684 or visit hanswhitlerauto.com.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
As a mom, I try to make the best choices for my family and our health. That's why I choose Western Sky Community Care. It's a Medicaid plan with quality health coverage and special benefits like Boys and Girls Club membership credit, additional dental benefits, and wellness and support programs. I decide which Medicaid plan is right for us. I choose Western Sky Community Care.
Learn more about Western Sky Community Care by visiting discoverwesternsky.com today.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Everguard Roofing and Solar. For nearly 20 years, Everguard Roofing and Solar has been working with New Mexicans to enhance their homes and businesses. For all your roofing and solar needs in New Mexico, call 505-821-9543. Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am a Air Force Special Warfare Pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
With Van and Fred, weekdays at 4 on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
And we got cake, and we got burritos, and we got friends, and we got golf, we got former producers, we got all the stars. It's the opening drive, 15th anniversary. I calculated at this to be our 3,795th show that we've done. We are at Sandia Golf Club celebrating our 15th anniversary today. Jeff Simieta, JJ Buck. Come on by, say hello, register to win some stuff. Jeff Berry is our general manager, market manager, guy who allows us to be on the air, and a dear friend. And you were there when we started this, and you probably told Milt, what are you doing hiring these idiots that letting this guy in the air? How are you?
I'm doing awesome, man. How are you?
Thanks for letting us do radio every day.
You don't look a day over 3,000 shows.
I don't feel a day over 32. But
dude, congratulations, man.
Thank you. You know, so Milt McConnell back in the day offered me this job. We were at a golf tournament up in Angel Fire, and I remember going in and said, "Okay, I've got this other job, but you know, I take this time off." And I remember Milt looking at it and Milt went and say, "Okay, you want the job?" I said, "You're good." And I've been blessed to work for 2 incredible market managers. And I'm not telling you this just because you're on the radio. I've told you this before, and I've told JJ this and anybody. You guys work for 2 of the best at what you do. And the cluster that you run here, it's I think both of us feel it's been an honor to be part of this over the years.
You know, one, thank you. That's very kind of you to say. But when you work for somebody like Milt and you watch somebody like Milt, you go, okay, that's the kind of person that I want to be. Yeah, I mean, I love that guy, and I've worked for great people. And you know, I again, you just kind of watch him and go, okay, this is how you should treat people around you. So, and I hope I do that.
No, you do. You do. JJ, I don't even know if you know this story. Back in the day, we first started, Jeff was a sales manager at the cluster. And do you remember the issue we got into it over? Because I don't.
Yeah, I do.
You do.
It was you had sold something, and I think it was something like, "Hey, will you put this in the system?" And for whatever reason, I was busy that day, and I'm like, "Dude, I don't have time for that." And all of a sudden, it hit the fan.
I was the jerk.
Yeah, of course it was you. Come on, you just said how nice of a guy I was. It had
That's
to be
right.
you.
It had to be me. I am that guy, dude. He and I got into it. Like Jeff and I got into the you bleeping this, and this guy's
It was terrible.
It was bad. And Milt called us into his office.
Yeah, set us on the couch.
There were 3 of us in the office, and he looked at both of us. He says, "You're 2 of my favorite people. Like, you guys are actually going to like each other once you get past this." And I'm like, no, that guy's a freaking blipping. He's like, that guy's even worse than whatever he just called me. And all right, fine. We shook hands, we hugged, and we've been. I consider Jeff a dear friend ever since then.
Absolutely,
It's kind of crazy how that, but that's who that guy was.
And in fact,
There is.
he exactly how you just put. He was like, dude, what are you two doing?
Yeah.
What's wrong with you? You got to get past this thing. And literally, when we got up, we shook hands and we hugged. Milt's like, oh, you guys aren't hugging. Don't do that.
Yeah.
But we've been great friends ever since, man.
Well,
and
it's been crazy. The evolution of this radio
Well,
station.
since then, I got to say, how many boondoggles have you had to cover up for this guy?
None, not a single one.
He knows
Not
a little
a
too
single
much. He's
one.
got a little too much dirt on me. It's been fun over the years, and I've watching the evolution of this, particularly this radio station. And I heard on our air, we're 27 years old as a radio station, right? Which means we've been doing this morning show. I've been doing it. You've been doing it 12. I've been doing it 15. More than half the life of the radio station, and it's a pretty good run. And I don't ever take a day for granted. Like I know how lucky I am, but it's been fun to watch this thing evolve and what it's become and how it's grown and watching the brand and watching the cluster. It's pretty exciting.
It is. You know, for the listeners out there, I mean, 15 years. It's like dog years in radio. I mean, people don't stay somewhere for 15. You just don't. You don't. So that's why I think today is such a great celebration of you and how long you've been on this radio station, because it just doesn't happen. It just doesn't. But, you know, when the kind of stars align and you get somebody of your talent, and I would tell anybody this, you're absolutely fantastic at what you do. Whether you're talking sports or whether you're, you know, emceeing an event, dude, you're an absolute pro.
Thank you.
A great interviewer. You know, it's just everything. You're absolutely fantastic. And Cumulus Albuquerque, Sports Animal, we're lucky to have you on the air. We absolutely are lucky to have you and have you with the tenure that you've been on the station and just what you bring, man. What you bring to the building. I adore you.
That means
I just
the world
do.
to me. No,
I just do.
thank you. You're up, dude. I got nothing. Thank you. Wow. Thank you.
Well, as Jeff tears up from that, the importance of being able to have a local connection in this day and age when everything seems like it's going national. Everyone wants to do their own podcast, this or that, but to still be able to have a local presence. How important is that to you, too?
Well, look, I think we are blessed, and I would say this if Mary Berner and Dave Milner and Patrick Reedy were here,
Those are all big people.
Those are big guys at Cumulus. They believe with this company that radio is live and local. Yes, we have some syndicated talent, and then that's fine. But, you know, I would put our building of 7 radio stations. We have more studio lights on and people in them than anybody in town, probably everybody in town put together. Now, it's not a shot at them. It's just how we do business. We believe that radio should be local. We should serve a local community and talk to people in their cars and in their offices and wherever they listen to radio about what's happening in their community, whatever community those radio stations are. So it's so important for me to really foster that keep that going. And the fact that we have a live morning and afternoon show, I mean, we're very blessed.
And
we're
Jeff,
very blessed.
Milt started with that when I started. Well, he did it way before, but when I started 15 years ago, it was important with Milt to do live and local. And that's why we've had, you know, it's been so important to get the Richard Patinos on.
Yeah.
To have the coaches from the in-state teams on every Monday and Tuesday. And the fact that they've trusted us and to be able to tell stories that you don't hear anywhere else. And that's what I think, you know, JJ and I think have been most proud of is that you've allowed us, and I think people have enjoyed it, to look, man, X's and O's are X's and O's. We'll do a very little bit of that. But I think the compelling part of sports talk radio or any radio or any conversation is the stories, right?
Absolutely.
It's tell me something maybe I don't know. And you've allowed me to try to make people think a little differently. We've taken topics that everybody's talking about, and my whole intent was I just want to steer. You don't even have to believe it. You don't have to believe what I'm saying, and I'm cool that you don't. But maybe think a little differently, maybe look a little differently, and usually at a local story. And you've allowed us to do that. And I'd like to believe, I run into people everywhere now, and I've been in this market 27 years, which just blows my mind sometimes. People listen to the show. Way more people listen to the show than we know. It's such an imperfect system. But everybody's telling me what we said that day. What's JJ like? What did that caller Grady say? But everybody's listening. And you've allowed us to tell what I think are really unique stories. And that's what I've tried to make special about this show.
Well, and again, that's where I think you do a fantastic job with interviews. And again, just put encouraging the listeners to put some thought into it. Yeah. Think about this. Have an opinion and call in and let them voice that opinion and just talk to people and have a conversation. So
thanks for letting us do it.
You do an amazing job.
It means the world to me. Thank you. He's our El Jefe, Jeff Berry. He is the market manager, the VP and general manager of Cumulus Albuquerque. Dear friend, and as good as there is in the business, and I appreciate everything you've done. Thank you so much for letting us do this.
I love you, brother.
Love you too. Julia's here. You see? We got another former producers here. Micah's here. Richard Pitino's due next. Eddie Nunez is stopping by. We'll talk to Mario Mocha. Nick Neal will be here. John Traub will be here. You should be here. It's Sandia Golf Club on the patio as we have a little party to celebrate 15 years of the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Marty Size in Albuquerque today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
For your business or your home, Valley Fence stands alone. We're number 1 in New Mexico for a reason. It's the best fence you can own. Proudly serving New Mexico for over 50 years. At Valley Fence, the difference is clear. No fence too big, too small, or difficult. We handle them all at Valley Fence Company.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers. We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
Of the year, Jeff Simiana and JJ Bach.
OD, 15 years old. I think the number is 3,795 shows. I could be off by one or two. I haven't done them all. Every once in a while, I'll take a day off. But we are at the San Diego Golf Club on the patio as the sun is now come up high enough over the San Diegas to give us a little shade. It was cooking here a minute ago. And we are celebrating 15 years of the opening drive. 15 years ago this morning, I cracked the microphone for the first time. And for some reason, they still let me in the building. JJ's still allowed in the building. I don't know. This might be our farewell for all I know. Richard Pitino is the third-year head coach of Global Men's Basketball. Thank you for coming by and being a little part of what we're doing here this morning. We got burritos for you if you'd like.
Thank you. Yeah, congratulations. 15 years. That's amazing. I think what we all want in life, right, is to be really, really good, but stability, right? And obviously to be able to build that like you guys have done is amazing.
You know, there was a former coach here who said you don't mess with happy. And there's always opportunity. And people have said to me, why have you stayed here? Because like you, the opportunities come and you weigh them. And I tell people, hey, I like it here. I know how good I've got it. And I was a divorced dad raising a child, and I'm not going anywhere, right? You find priorities. And so I found this place to be wonderful, and it's been great. You found a place right now that it seems like you're in a good spot. You put together a hell of a basketball team right now.
Yeah, I mean, it's been awesome. My wife actually, she had some Instagram thing or whatever pop up that it was 2 years ago yesterday that they moved. I had moved earlier because obviously when you take a job, and I just did not know what to expect. And I honestly took the job because of my one day of being here, which was when Louisville beat West Virginia in the pit.
I was there that day.
And I didn't know much about raising a family. I was much younger at the time. So I took a leap of faith.
You were 2.5 years younger at the time.
Yeah. I mean, I was just, it was one of those deals where I just said, you know what? I believe in the fan base, and it's been awesome. Obviously we had a good year last year, but just the fanaticism is real, and I don't think people quite understand it. But the beauty for us is, and what's helped us be somewhat successful is New Mexico basketball has a brand, and that's very, very important.
You know, Richard Pitino's with us here on the patio at San Diego Golf Club. I've been around. I've been on college tour this summer. I just got back from Boston and Nashville, and we were in Vegas the other day. And the reputation that Albuquerque has, it's one of two things. It's all Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
And people, oh my God, how can you? Or people just think it's this beautiful, unbelievable Nirvana. And the truth is, it's somewhere in the middle. I don't know what you thought of it. You kind of said what you thought of it. I'm a believer. You make your own fate, right? And whatever you want to make it. Now that you're in here a couple of years, you've got to have a different feel, not just of the fan base and the basketball, but the community and as you're raising your family.
Yeah. I mean, I've lived in 15 different places, and I've done it all over the country. Probably the only place I haven't really been is the Northwest. And Albuquerque is as unique a place as I've ever seen. For one, and I'm not even lying, there has been times where I've been driving to the pit around, games at 7 and maybe 5:15 driving in. The sunset is so beautiful that it moves you to tears. It really does. And I never thought, I'm going to be 41 soon, that would ever, but the beauty of it, like driving in here. But like most places, it's about the people and kind of what they stand for. And this community has so much pride, not just in the Lobos, but in their hidden gem, because they know they have something special here. The weather's amazing, the views, the quality of life. It's not, millions and millions of people. And I think they preserve it, and they're proud of it. So we've met some special people. I'm obviously our kids, we've talked schools and all that, just some special schools and opportunities. So it's been fun.
I tell people we've got everything you got in a bigger city, probably just not in the quantity. You got more restaurants. We got good ones. We get plays. We get concerts. You got more, but we've got the opportunities. Richard Pitino's with us here on the opening drive on the Sports Animal.
Richard, you mentioned stability, and I think that's a fascinating thing to talk about when it comes to sports, because those things don't go hand in hand. As a coach, you're trying to work your way up a ladder from a grad assistant to an assistant coach. As a player, your time at places can be short. Even 4 years is a short amount of time in a lifetime. How have you adjusted in terms of just relationship building these days when things can be, in so much shorter windows?
Yeah, I mean, it's fleeting, right? I mean, I spent 8 years at Minnesota. I mean, and although I was eventually fired, like, I'm proud of 8 years at a program that doesn't have a lot of stability in Minnesota. And I hope to build the same here. I really do. I am not one of these people that is always trying to get the next job and do that. It's not the way I live. I want to build a home for my family, for my children. I want them to have continuity and consistency in their life. That matters to me greatly. And then as it pertains to whether it's players who are coming and going all the time, assistant coaches are coming and going all the time. It's just the reality of it. You just take it day by day. I mean, the beauty of sports is it's not that my job is any more important than anyone else's. Everybody's job is important, but it is a great lesson in life. And so, we just try to take advantage of today, because we have no idea with rules, with the way this thing is all evolving, what the future holds. So I'm grateful for today. I'm appreciative of the opportunity that has been given to me, and that's all that we have. Nothing else is promised.
How much is being a dad kind of changed your mindset of sports in the sports world?
Greatly. It matters. It's very, very important to me. I've always told my wife, I can lose maybe 2 or 3 in a row, and people are I'm never going to lose at being a dad. Right. That's way too important to me. It fulfills me, selfishly. That's what fulfills me. So I want my kids to be a part of it, whether it's my son who's a ball boy there, and I want them to feel, and it's hard. It is very, very hard to be a coach's kid. But I'm not going to bring that home with me. I love my dad. He brought that home with him. And I think it's an older generation thing as opposed to a younger generation, but it impacts the way I coach. I go to my kids' games now, and I don't want to see a coach yelling at my son. I don't. Now, will I yell from time to time? Yes, but it's way less personal now because I have children playing sports than it maybe was when I first started.
A different style than you watched your dad do.
Yeah, very much so. And I think people watch my dad coach and they think he's yelling and screaming and ranting and raving, but there's a lot of love in that program as well.
But earlier, he's evolved too, right?
Yeah, he has, definitely. And I think he's not on social media, so he has no idea. So
he's got it figured out.
You as well, yeah. And I think we'd all be better if we weren't on social media. But, I think he's evolved and understood what the modern day athlete is. And there is a time and place where you got to get on people.
That's right.
You do.
As a parent, too.
As a parent as well. But I don't know what the balance is, right? We're all trying to figure it out as parents. But, I think love is better than anything. Yeah.
It's different for each player. You got to coach. If you're a manager, you manage each employee differently. If you coach each kid differently, parents as well. Richard Pitino's with us on the opening drive. You said something earlier, and it really hit me. You said what you do as a coach, and we love what we do. Like, I run a bowl game and I do a radio show, and I love what I do. You're a basketball coach at a pretty big program. I was at dinner recently in Boston with some friends, and she heads up this whole Native American health for women's health. He is developing drugs for all these things, and I'm like, wow. Like, I run a damn football game, right? Do you ever sit there and go, we get into our own bubble sometimes, but man, I don't do anything. I run a stinking football game and run a radio show, and you're saving lives.
Yeah, we're not as important as we think we are.
Hardly.
And that's coaches and maybe even media personalities. They overinflate their importance in this world. Maybe because people know who we are. They come up to us, and I've never fed into any of that. I'm appreciative.
And you got to be conscious of not feeding into it. You got to be real. I mean, I found over the years, like I'm nobody. I mean, you get to hear or see my job. I don't see yours, but
yeah. And this place, because of the fanaticism of Lobo basketball, especially, like, You can't buy into that. And I've never done that. When somebody comes up to me and says, "Hey, I think you're a great coach," I'm very appreciative, but I take it for what it is. But like you said, I mean, there's so many amazing people, obviously, in our community that are doing amazing things. We just happen to be on TV doing it.
And people get to see it and criticize it. They can all do it better than we can.
No doubt. No doubt.
Richard Pitino with us here on the Sports Animal. And when you grow up in sport, amongst sport, how important was it to have the other avenues in life, the other passions that you learned from outside of sport that then trickle back in?
Yeah, I think I've worked for several coaches, but working for my dad for 3 years at Louisville and then working for Billy Donovan at 2 years at Florida really shaped me, because it is about kind of like what you're asking is what's the balance? You want to win, you want to be competitive, you want to be maniacal about what it is that you're doing. But I think if there's the beauty of 2023, it's about balance. And I have found I am much better when my mind is clear as a coach. Maybe it's I worked out. Maybe it's I put the phone away, went to dinner with my family. Maybe I live on a golf course here. Me and my wife have been doing a lot is feed the kids and then let's go play 9 holes and get the music playing, quietly on the golf course. Some people in this community like to blast music. But I have felt I am better when I have better energy. I think it is so very, very important. And you're not really going to miss out. We all have cell phones. If you put it away, the world's not going to end.
By the way, I try when I play. If I check it once during 9 holes, I kind of want to make that my max.
Yeah, and I think the biggest distraction in all of life is the phones.
No,
and I've told my players that, and I think my daughter's 12 years old right now, is trying to find a balance because it is their life, but it's not reality. So for me, it's very, very important that I go home and I'm grounded and I'm present, because coaches, we worry a lot about a lot of things, so I try hard to shut it down. Yeah, no doubt.
Every time the phone rings, you're probably what
I
now?
called Eddie Nunez yesterday about a simple question he didn't answer, and I said, threat level is very low. Don't stress about calling me back.
Thank you.
And I think everybody needs to do that to coaches and ADs, and we'd be all better.
All right, I know you got to go to work. Lastly, I going to run this by you. I'm not looking for what's going to happen because I don't think but you're watching everything like we all are with Colorado with the latest domino. They're going Pac-12, the Big 12, everybody's sniffing around leagues. And I mean, how much do you let that affect what you do? You got to watch it because it's your industry. We all do. And anybody who says they know what's going to happen doesn't. So when you watch it, how much do you guys talk to other coaches? Where do you let yourself go with it?
Yeah, realignment is so out of our control. We are more talking about NIL and transfer stuff because that's really changed our job. I was telling JJ this. I mean, I legitimately feel like I have a new job. The conference realignment thing, all I hope is, selfishly from men's basketball perspective, I've been in this league for 2 years.
It's really good.
We've had 4 teams in the NCAA tournament. It's almost half the league. We're probably a buzzer beater or 2 away from beating the NCAA tournament last year. Shows you how competitive this thing is. So I just hope. I mean, I think we all know San Diego State at some point will move on, and they deserve that. They've done an amazing job. I just hope that the Mountain West can stay intact, and maybe we grab her 1 or 2 that strengthens it, because it's a unique conference. There's not a lot like it. Because I understand if you don't want to call us a Power 5. I do. We don't have the resources and the money, but we're not a mid-major. We've talked many times. I think I tweeted
You're a high major.
Yeah, we tweeted at John Rothstein one day, and I said, John, we get $15,000 a game. We have a practice facility. We fly private.
The majority of your power schools do not have what you have.
No doubt. And at the end of the day, it's that messaging in that is very, very important. And I think a little bit of it is football related, probably, right? Because of the group of 5.
People are still using the BCS term, which is outdated 5, 6, 7, 8 years anyway. It doesn't mean anything, but they're still using it.
I know this from my perspective, and I tell people this all the time. I was lucky to coach at the highest level at Minnesota for 8 years. I don't feel a whole lot different here with what we do on a daily basis.
Your team this year, I'm going to assume you think this is your best team, right? At New Mexico.
Well, I mean,
how would they compete against one of your better teams at Minnesota?
Yeah, I think 80% of my roster could have played for me in Minnesota. There's no doubt in my mind. and they could compete at the highest level. It's a matter of keeping that continuity, getting older and doing those things. So the game has changed. Like I said before, what we have is a basketball brand, which really, really helps. That's why we've been able to get some of these guys, and they flourished. But, you know, it's just so volatile right now. And I just hope from a leadership standpoint, we find a way to stabilize it, which it's hard to do in today's world.
Because who is they and who is leading? Go to work. Appreciate you. Thank you for stopping by and celebrating a little bit with us as we hit 15. We'll talk to you soon. We'll see you soon. And congratulations on the success. Good luck this year.
Thank you. Congratulations to you guys as well.
Thank you very much. He's Richard Pitino, the men's basketball coach at the University of New Mexico. We are live at San Diego Golf Club. Come by, say hello, have a burrito, have a coffee, have a bloody, go play golf. We got what we playing at 10:30-ish? You want to play golf today? Oh, wait, you're busy. You got family stuff today. You got what's really
to
important.
my daughter's 145 cheerleading thing, I will be divorced.
I'll find you another time.
Yes.
I'll find you another time. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
This report is sponsored by...
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Marty Size in Albuquerque today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
For your business or your home, Valley Fence stands alone. We're number 1 in New Mexico for a reason. It's the best fence you can own. Proudly serving New Mexico for over 50 years. At Valley Fence, the difference is clear. No fence too big, too small, or difficult. We handle them all at Valley Fence Company.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers. We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
As a mom, I try to make the best choices for my family and our health. That's why I choose Western Sky Community Care. It's a Medicaid plan with quality health coverage and special benefits like Boys and Girls Club membership credit, additional dental benefits, and wellness and support programs. I decide which Medicaid plan is right for us. I choose Western Sky Community Care.
Learn more about Western Sky Community Care by visiting discoverwesternsky.com today.
Sometimes it's the small things that make life easier, like never worrying about being declined at an ATM when only cash will do. With You're Covered from U.S. Eagle, we'll cover you, even if the money's not there. That's a good feeling. And we do it with no extra fees or penalties. It's called trust, and we think that's important, especially if we're asking you to trust us. At U.S. Eagle, that's just part of what it means when we say people mean more.
Remember, Julie was so good on our show. Former producers over there.
We're going to come in Monday and be looking for another producer after Gerald the Dirt.
Because he talked him out of it. He's in the honeymoon phase. He's 3 months in. He still thinks we're okay.
Yeah.
Opening drives over at the San Diego Golf Club. We are on the patio. It's our 15th anniversary. So it was 15 years ago today. They let me in the building for the first time, cracked the microphone. 3,795 shows later. Here we are, and joined by a good friend, Shane Westholter, who is co-owner. Is it co-owner? That's what I see. Because I want to make sure I give April Lynn her love. Co-owner of All in Autographs and Gateway Financial, and a good friend of mine and a good friend of the show. It's good to see you. How are you?
Good morning, Jeff. Great to be here, and congratulations. Great accomplishment.
Thank you. And it's just longevity. I don't know if they were any good. They just let us keep coming in the building. Shane has brought over a mystery signed jersey that you can register for. Of course, his place, and I've told you this over the years, and you've been there, it is a world-class memorabilia shop over in Hoffmantown Center on Monolan, Wyoming. And you brought this to this community, and I tell people it's like a museum.
It is.
And the first time I went in there, remember when I first met you, I walked in there, and I think I spent 2 hours just staring at the walls. And I bought the Taylor Swift signed guitar from Shane, sold it to me. We've had it New Mexico Bowl events there. Your place is pretty special, and I know you decided when you wanted to do something here, you want to do it the best.
Yeah, well, thank you, Jeff. I appreciate that. Yeah, I go, I go in there every day myself sometimes and look around and go, when do we get that?
Yeah.
It's
do I really want to sell it?
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. And April and we were sitting around during COVID, and I had a personal collection there at my home, and she's like, "What are you going to do with all this stuff that's in your garage?" And I'm like, "Oh, I'll sell it someday." And she goes, "Yeah, well, somebody else is going to have to deal with that most likely. So why don't we think about doing a store?" So that's what we did. We decided to bring it here to Albuquerque.
That business is crazy. And in some respects, the memorabilia sign, it's hocus pocus to me. Whether it's cards, do people do it for investment or collection?
I think a little bit of both. One of the things I love about it is there's the reminiscing, right? So when you walk in there and you see some stuff, we hear the stories all the time. It's like, oh, I remember going to this game with my grandpa, or my dad took me here, or I remember this player. And, it's always positive. It's always fun. It's great memories. I think some people collect it for childhood memories or just because they love a player and they want to be a fan. Other people, I think do it for an investment purpose. So, but always good talking points.
And Shane Westholter is the co-owner of All in Autographs, Gateway Financial. He's with us here on the patio at San Diego Golf Club on the Sports Animal.
When it comes to sports memorabilia, how have you seen it kind of evolve over the years? And is that where collecting really comes from? Because now we see it so much more in the movie space, the music space. But when you look back and think back on it, how has this kind of the whole industry evolved?
Yeah. I think, if you go back, card collecting has been there forever, right? I grew up collecting cards. I know my dad, collected baseball cards. It was one of those things where you get together with your friends, and you swap and trade, and whether you're trying to develop a team or whether you're just looking for a player you want, I'll trade you 2 of these cards for one of those, that type of thing. So card collecting was around for a long time.
The bubble gum was a big part of the card collecting.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Topps back in the day, right? And then it just kind of evolved. Where getting autographs was kind of cool and a big thing, and people started collecting that stuff. Kind of died off, I think, a little bit pre-COVID. And then when it was interesting is during COVID, I think a lot of people had time at home, went and started cleaning out the garage, the attic, basement, whatever. And
look what I got.
Yeah, and they said, like, "Oh, son, come here, take a look at these cards." And
well, you've got events, and I'm bummed. This is my Taylor Swift day, August 5th.
Sure.
So I'm gonna have to hit your next one, but you've got valuation. All of us have cards. What are they? What's it worth? How can I sell it? What's it worth? You've got a big day coming up on August 5th at All In Autographs, where if you've got a piece, whether it's a card, a picture, whatever it is, if you've got something that you want to know what it's worth, how to move it, if you're interested, you've got a big day coming up on August 5th, and then another one coming up on August 19th.
Yeah, so August 5th, I've got a buyer coming in from California. We've got one of the other businesses I'm a partner with is a big card a shop up there in Sacramento. And so the buyers are coming in on August 5th to buy cards. So if you have cards here locally and you want to bring them in to buy, sell, trade, just get valuations, they're going to be here on August 5th from 11 o'clock to 3 o'clock. So bring them in. They'll be able to do some valuations. They're actually out at the National Card Show as we speak today, with the big booth out there doing some buying and valuations. And then following that, August 19th, we've got Ty Murray coming over to the store, big PBR. He does a Ty Murray Invitational here in Albuquerque. So
going into the New Mexico Hall of Fame.
It's going to be inducted into the New Mexico Hall of Fame. So they'll be there Friday afternoon, the 19th, from 3 o'clock till about 5:30, 6 o'clock. In fact, all of them are going to be over there that are all going to be inducted into New Mexico Hall of Fame. So, yeah.
It's All In Autographs. It's in the Hoffmantown Center right there on Wyoming and Manal. Go by and see them. The place is special. And I always tell you, you're going to find something even though you're not looking for something. You're going to find something that you're going to connect with and you're going to want and you're going to love, and you're going to find it there. Thanks for being not just a friend of the radio station, but thanks for being such a good friend to Audra and me. And we value you, and you're a great part of this community. Appreciate you stopping by.
Absolutely, Jeff. Yeah, and if you can't find what you want, just let us know. We'll source it for you.
As
Not a problem.
You did for me.
As I did for you. You bet. Yeah. Well, congratulations again, Jeff. Thank you for the time. And
appreciate you.
Great to see you.
No, thank you for everything. We got Nick Nees coming by. Mario Mocha is going to be with us. Danny Gonzalez is coming by. Eddie Nunez is coming by. John Traub is coming by. Got a lot to do as we're on the patio. Look, we got legends here. Hoser's here. Rudy C is here. I mean, legends keep coming by. Why don't you stop by as well? We're celebrating 15 years of the opening drive on the patio at the Sandia Golf Club on 95.9 FM and AM 610, The Sports Animal.
This message brought
As a mom, I try to make the best choices for my family and our health. That's why I choose Western Sky Community Care. It's a Medicaid plan with quality health coverage and special benefits like Boys and Girls Club membership credit, additional dental benefits, and wellness and support programs. I decide which Medicaid plan is right for us. I choose Western Sky Community Care.
Learn more about Western Sky Community Care by visiting discoverwesternsky.com today.
Sometimes it's the small things that make life easier, like never worrying about being declined at an ATM when only cash will do. With You're Covered from U.S. Eagle, we'll cover you, even if the money's not there. That's a good feeling. And we do it with no extra fees or penalties. It's called trust, and we think that's important, especially if we're asking you to trust us. At U.S. Eagle, that's just part of what it means when we say people mean more.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am a Air Force Special Warfare Pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walk up to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers. We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Everguard Roofing and Solar. For nearly 20 years, Everguard Roofing and Solar has been working with New Mexicans to enhance their homes and businesses. For all your roofing and solar needs in New Mexico, call 505-821-9543.
For your business or your home, Valley Fence stands alone. We're number one in New Mexico for a reason. It's the best fence you can own. Proudly serving New Mexico for over 50 years. At Valley Fence, the difference is clear. No fence too big, too small, or difficult. We handle them all at Valley Fence Company.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am a Air Force Special Warfare Pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Everguard Roofing and Solar. For nearly 20 years, Everguard Roofing and Solar has been working with New Mexicans to enhance their homes and businesses. For all your roofing and solar needs in New Mexico, call 505-821-9543. We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Marty Size in Albuquerque today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
TuneS App Store. Just search KNML.
What's it feel like to be 15? Remember when you were 15?
Back in the day, walking uphill both ways to school.
That's right, in the snow with newspaper strapped to your feet. The opening drive's 15 years old today. We're celebrating over on the patio at the San Diego Golf Club. Invite you to come by. Legends are here. Grady's down from Pecos in Santa Fe. Micah's here. Rudy's here. How about Rudy's here? I hear Edward's coming by, and Howard, Terry's here. All these people you hear, former producers, and I don't know, one of the biggest guys in the history of the state right now. Well, the biggest guys in the state. Would you say? I mean, who's a higher profile than Eddie Nunez?
I'm looking around trying to see if there's somebody behind me.
I think
what are you talking about?
The athletic director of the University of New Mexico. And thank you for coming by and celebrating 15 with us. Appreciate you stopping by. I know you got a lot going on. How are you?
I'm doing great, man. Honestly, and thank you. You guys have been instrumental since my first day here. So having an opportunity to celebrate with you, I told you it's a crazy time because I got to find a golf coach. Yeah. But this is just as important. So I just wanted to let you know.
Well, in longevity, no matter what you do, like everybody's got opportunities. Richard Pitino was just here. We're talking, opportunities come and go, and I pass opportunities. I think JJ has too. But to be able to do something for an athletic department in a market like this, right? So UNM is always been, I've been here 27 years. UNM's the focal point when it comes to sports in the state. And New Mexico State would argue a little bit, and they'd have a little bit of an argument. How does sports radio, sports media play any part in that? Like when you start thinking of your relationships with partners, and certainly there's been a partnership with our radio cluster, right, with KKOB and the Sports Animal. Yeah. But I don't know, you've been in a number of markets. How does the sports media play into an athletic department?
Oh, it's extremely important when you think about having individuals that are in understanding, helping to get messages out there with everything that's going on now in college athletics is a great example. You need people to be able to help get those messages out there, help continue to build on the successes, and be out there, to get the information out there. Because the reality is our fan bases, you've got a great support group that listen to you and listen to the shows, all of the shows. And to be able to get the information out there through channels that are fair, that's what and you and I have talked about this. For me, it's just about, look, be fair, because right or wrong, good or bad, if we mess up, we mess up, and we have to own it.
Well, JJ and I have talked about this, right? We've been fortunate. 15 years we've been doing this show. We've had Rocky, Mike Loxley, Bob Davey, and Danny come on every Monday, win or lose. There's been a lot of Mondays that haven't been comfortable, right? Yep. New Mexico State, same thing, whether it was Hal Mummy or Dwayne Walker or Doug Martin or Jerry Kill. And there, again, I think we counted it up. There's been 4 weekends that both New Mexico and New Mexico State won. Yeah. Both won the same weekend in football in 15 years. It's like, wow. And we've had to ask the questions, right? And I think you've understood it, but the respect that your coaches and you and Paul before has shown us, I don't know, is that an earned thing? Is that something that you just give the position? Because we feel like we've worked pretty hard to try to earn respect and trust.
No, you definitely have. I mean, it's not just the day-to-day questions. For us, it's about, again, having an opportunity to be able to work with individuals that understand the game, understand how to ask the right questions, bring up opportunities like you just mentioned. You have weekends that both New Mexico State and New Mexico win, that you've got to be able to capitalize that, and you got to be able to talk about it, and getting that message across to everybody, the importance of college athletics, the importance of the Lobos in our community. That, to me, that's what stands out. And so the more we can talk about the successes, the accomplishments, the community engagement that our student athletes, our coaches are doing, this platform that you provide us is huge. So we want to take advantage of it as much as we can.
Eddie Nunez with us on the Sports Animal here on the patio at the San Diego Golf Club.
Eddie, from the guy that was out there throwing elbows, trying to grab rebounds, to the dude that's sitting here with us right now, how would you just think about your journey in the athletic world?
You know, I had somebody ask me this about a week ago, and they said, I don't know if I ever scripted it this way. I don't think anybody ever does in their own career and stuff. I thought I was going to be a basketball coach. I had a mentor and a coach that's like a second father, Billy Donovan, told me, you're going to be an unbelievable coach. Your mind and this, and my first couple jobs that I got, it was people were talking about this growth opportunity, but the passion wasn't there. I loved the whole college landscape and being a part of it and being involved. And so it took me a different route. And to be here today and be able to say that I'm influencing this community, this state, our student athletes, putting them in an opportunity to be successful in life. That's what it's been all about, and I've thoroughly enjoyed it. Now, has there been challenging times? Absolutely. I think everybody has they've followed our whole life, and so they understand the challenges. But right now, we're in a pivotal time in college athletics, and to be able to hear, somebody said to me last night, I thought it was interesting. They said, this is a hard line, and people we get compensated well to be in these positions to deal with this craziness that we live in. But as long as we love it, we have a passion for it,
and you're good at it,
it doesn't matter. I mean, I love what I do. I get up every morning loving what I do.
Well, you fell in love with the game of college athletics when it was an entirely different world. Was it hard for you to adjust to take the steps of the new realities in the transfer portal, or is it one when you see, as you talk about, the student athletes, the positives for them?
Yeah.
How have you taken that journey?
Oh, it's I can tell you right now, it's sitting. I catch myself at times thinking, "Dang, I'm an old guy in this business," and I'm really not.
Easy.
No, that's what I'm saying. But it's the mindset that I've been used to, that I was taught through individuals that were from the old school mentality, and I have to adapt. I have to evolve. If I stay with those mindsets, I sit on the Division I council, and there's a lot of conversations about what's changing, how things are changing, transformation committee, and the more and more is that things happen, it's allowing me to understand the perspective of a student athlete, and we have to adapt. We have to evolve. We have to find ways to better NIL. We have to find ways to better transfer. That's just the evolution of the sport and the game.
Eddie Nunez is with us here on the patio of San Diego Golf Club on the Sports Animal. All right, so evolution. I asked the question earlier, with the Colorado move to the Big 12, and now what's the Pac-12 going to do, and what's the Mountain West going to do? I asked the question for schools like New Mexico, Nevada, Wyoming, Utah State, San Jose State, that aren't being mentioned a lot. Now, just because you're not being mentioned in the media doesn't mean there's not conversation. I want people to really understand
Sure.
that. There was no whispers when SC and UCLA made the move, and we all went, wait, what?
Yeah.
So just how concerned should fans of this program be as the next domino fell? And I got to believe something's going to happen pretty quickly.
Yeah, no, there's a lot more dominoes that are going to fall. I think everybody knew it was going to happen. Colorado, everybody anticipated that. Well, what this has happened now is what people don't see are the underlying conversations like you just mentioned. There's conversations right now happening in the Big Ten, the ACC, the SEC, the Mountain West, the Pac-12, the Big 12. Every conference, every commissioner, every president is now thinking differently. And they have to, because what is going to be the makeup of the Mountain West? Is there going to be other infusion of other schools from Power 5 programs? I could get into the whole hypotheticals. I can tell you the conversations are being had at every level by myself. President Stokes is the president of the Mountain West, so she actually deals firsthand with what's happening, how things are transitioning with all the teams in and the San Diego State situation. So we know firsthand, and we're gonna keep a pulse on this, because we have to for New Mexico. We want to put ourselves in a position that if you look at all our aspects of academics, athletics, fundraising, facility
Does academics matter as much as it did 5 years ago when you're having these conversations? Because it feels like leagues are just, for instance, the Pac-12 is having a lot of different conversations than they did 5, 6, 7, 3 years ago in regards to schools and their academic standards.
It's still an integral part, because the reality is the presidents are the ones making the decisions. And the presidents are never going to let the academic side go to wayside.
But they got to keep these things together, too.
They do. And so I do believe that academics is still a part of it. Is it as high a priority as it was at one point? Probably not. And the media market is not as strong as it was 5, 10 years ago. It's really right now all driven behind football, behind the facility investments. That is what it is. The TV dollars are based off that. Basketball brings a component to it, but when it's all down to that.
JJ and I have been preaching this for years. When people around here are saying, football's this, football's that. There's a reason that football is been a priority, has to be a priority, and has to get back up to a place where you can be in a conversation. Appreciate you stopping by.
My pleasure.
Appreciate
My pleasure. Thank you guys for what you do. Congratulations. I know it's an unbelievable accomplishment for you guys, and we're going to continue to be we're going to continue to be partners and be here, and thank you. But really,
we're still breathing after 15 years. They still let us in the building. I found the initial T-shirt from back in the day. So.
That's an oldie but goldie right there.
It was at 8 o'clock in the morning. They gave us an extra hour.
I love it.
Be well.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Congratulations on all the success.
Thank you so
the
much.
opening drive continues. We're going to Nick Nee's going to be here. John Traub's stopping by. Danny Gonzalez is stopping by. We'll talk with Mario Mocha. It's the opening drive on the patio at the Sandia Sports. Or where am I? Sandia Golf Club. Is that where we're playing today? You want to play today? Might have one extra spot. On 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
This report is sponsored by Blindster.com.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
As a mom, I try to make the best choices for my family and our health. That's why I choose Western Sky Community Care. It's a Medicaid plan with quality health coverage and special benefits like Boys and Girls Club membership credit, additional dental benefits, and wellness and support programs. I decide which Medicaid plan is right for us. I choose Western Sky Community Care.
Learn more about Western Sky Community Care by visiting discoverwesternsky.com today.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers. We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
For your business or your home, Valley Fence stands alone. We're number one in New Mexico for a reason. It's the best fence you can own. Proudly serving New Mexico for over 50 years. At Valley Fence, the difference is clear. No fence too big, too small, or difficult. We handle them all at Valley Fence Company. Stucco is the way to go. The Southwest tradition, beautiful and durable. The perfect combination. Your favorite color, your favorite texture. You're gonna love it when they put it all together. Through any weather, nothing looks better. From the smooth to the rough, they really know their stuff. Nobody does stucco like Dream Style Stucco.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Everguard Roofing and Solar. For nearly 20 years, Everguard Roofing and Solar has been working with New Mexicans to enhance their homes and businesses. For all your roofing and solar needs in New Mexico, call 505-821-9543.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am a Air Force Special Warfare Pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Marty Size in Albuquerque today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers. We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
Look who's here. Hey, Micah. We got how many former producers are here? Micah, Julia, Hoser, right? We're gonna have Joe and Skip this afternoon. What's up, dude? Where you been?
You know, working that corporate life.
Look at you.
I'm a corporate. What do they call it? So coming to the corporate man, or
look at you all screwed up. Man, so I was thinking, how long? 18 months on our show. Is that about what you did?
Yeah, it was beginning of 2020, right before COVID, and then COVID hit.
So you didn't have to see us ever.
Yeah, it was awful. I had the studio all to myself. The studio was empty, no lights. You guys were just at home, and I was bored. And then finally, you guys came back. I worked the show, and then I
you're like, I need to get a real job.
Yeah, but I was like, I need to make some more money.
And you're getting married.
Yep, October. Thank you.
Congratulations, man. What I saw you talking to DC. So is he gonna quit on us? Did you talk about tell them what we're really about?
No,
what kind of a-holes we really are?
I was talking to DC. I love DC. He's perfect man for this.
Don't you think he's pretty
perfect
good?
man?
I mean, you were good. You were perfect for this. Did you like when you? I don't know. Did you enjoy it? It's kind of a weird little gig, isn't it?
Oh, I loved it. I mean, that little over a year, it was an honor to do the show. I love it. I didn't want to leave. I had actually wanted. There was a position opened up. I wanted to take it in the business office and run the show. They wouldn't let me. So
remember how bummed I was when that happened?
Yeah.
Well, on to bigger and better things. So I guess we did our job.
Yeah. We,
you guys raised me. You guys raised me.
We raised you. Now you're all screwed up, getting married,
working for corporate. And
where you work?
I got my laptop over here. Technically, I'm working right now. I can work anywhere.
The Crusher just showed up too. Edward's here. Grady's here. You met all these Hall of Famers? All these guys you've talked to over the phone for all the Edward and Rudy and Grady, and you never met these guys?
No, I only met Lance one time before he passed.
Yeah.
And some of these guys I'm meeting for the first
Lance
time.
Story. You can go ahead and tell the Lance story.
Oh my gosh!
Lance was a caller who called all the time and has since passed away.
He somehow got my personal phone number. Don't know how. He called me.
What me?
He called me. He was dog sick. He couldn't go out, couldn't do anything, and he liked his liquor. So he called me and said, "Hey, I need you to do a liquor run. I'll pay you over like $250. Go do a liquor run for me. Drop it off." I went. He gave me the money, bought the booze, dropped it off. He paid me the money, and that's the one time I met
transaction.
him. It was sketchy. It was sketchy. I was a little. What am I doing? But.
So good. Hey, Jerry, do I hear music in the background? Did you just give me a minute?
Oh, yeah, we're way over.
Oh, we're way over? All right. It's
over.
good to see you, dude. You know how that works.
I'm Taylor
Congratulations, man. I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
Thanks for being part of us. Thanks for stopping by.
Bengals quarterback Joe Burrow was carted off the field at practice Thursday with what head coach Zach Taylor
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
ProView Networks would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Hans Whitler Automotive, German car maintenance and repair in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Call 505-294-7684 or visit hanswhitlerauto.com. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am a Air Force Special Warfare Pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Marty Size in Albuquerque today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
In the AM with three-time New Mexico Sportscaster of the Year, Jeff Symbieta and JJ Buck.
15th anniversary party at the beautiful San Diego Golf Club. Glad to be part of this. And man, who knew 15 years ago we'd still be doing this 15 years later, right? Jeff Symbieta, JJ Buck. Come by and say hello. We're on the patio at the San Diego Golf Club. Then we're going to go play golf. You want a tip?
Not too bad. I need a few tips.
All right, so I thought Nick was going to be with us in person, but when the big dog gets called down to corporate, he's got to go. Ben is sitting in for Nick, the head PGA professional here at the San Diego Golf Club. What's up, man? Thank you for having us out here.
Oh, of course. We're happy to have you guys. It's an awesome achievement, and we're happy to have you.
Yeah, it's just longevity. They still, we're just breathing, right?
Yeah.
After 15 years. So Nick comes on every Friday at 9 o'clock, gives us a little golf tip, and helps our games get a little bit better. You got a little golf tip for us?
Yeah. So kind of something I've been working on with a lot of people here is really just kind of getting lateral movement out of the golf swing. So really working on turning our shoulders.
Yes.
And something that a lot of people that struggle, especially starting off, getting that used to that baseball swing, kind of leaning back. So I like to throw an alignment stick, or you can throw a golf club, anything kind of the back of your stance, and really focus on keeping that foot and that hip kind of not getting past the club or the alignment stick. Really feeling like you're turning those shoulders, that front shoulder is kind of going underneath your chin on that backswing, and then really feeling like you're turning through to where your chest is pointed towards the target on your follow through. Nice. Keeping that balance, because you start moving around, you start bringing in.
You get too far over the backside, you can't get back.
Exactly, you start bringing in all sorts of different variables. So that really just helps kind of build that consistency, which is kind of the name of the game with golf.
Get people out here. We're going to play at 10:30 today, but you got a lot going on at San Diego Golf Club.
Oh yeah, it's definitely never a dull moment out here. We got a bunch of stuff going on. We have daily deals going on our SanDiegoGolfClub.com. Top right hand corner of the tee sheet. Bunch of great options, especially in the afternoon when it kind of starts getting die down. This heat looks like it's finally going to start breaking next week. So come out and see us. We got a new food menu as well. Drop really in here in the next couple of weeks.
The golf course looks great. Ben, appreciate you having us. Thank you for everything that you guys have done here at San Diego Golf Club for us and for all of our listeners. And continue to have fun. And we're looking forward to playing golf today.
Of course, yeah. Thanks for having us.
All right, be well. Yep. Now, Ben's sitting in for Nick today as Nick's on corporate. And I can't wait to play golf today.
I'm stoked.
I mean,
talk about this course all the time. Finally get a chance to play.
I don't know. Does our next guest have time? You got room in your foursome today, right? Danny Gonzalez, head football coach.
Bring your clubs out
at the university. You bring your sticks today?
I did not bring the sticks. I should have.
Are they away? When do you put them away? Camp opens any day now. So when do you put them away?
I have a tournament with Scott Cregan's group at the Albuquerque Country Club on Monday.
Today.
Monday, and then I'm done. But it'll be a while.
All right. You don't have time today?
I don't. We have our little ones are doing all kinds of stuff today. It's the last Friday that I have off.
And school starts for everyone, too.
School starts on Wednesday. That's crazy.
It'll only be, 95 by then.
No doubt.
How you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you guys doing?
We're just out here celebrating 15 years of
congratulations
doing this. Man, you're from here. You grew up. Henry T was the guy with Sports Talk Radio. I give Henry a lot of credit for really kind of being the pioneer. I remember when I got here 27 years ago, he wanted me to go up. He wanted to do an afternoon show. And everybody thinks this is so easy, and it's not. You've watched the evolution of sports talk radio over years in this town. I don't know. Has it come a long way? Or have we destroyed it? Have we helped it?
Unbelievable. What you guys did during COVID to be able to survive with zero sports.
That was tough.
Is unbelievable. And that you're still here is a testament to how good this show really is for the last 15 years.
You know, I learned something last week, and you were in Vegas for Media Day, and this was really validating. JJ and I sat in the corner, and we had coaches and players come through, and invariably coaches and players came back and said thank you, and they enjoyed it. And we try to do it a little different. You get asked, you do a lot of interviews, and we try to do things a little bit differently. I tell JJ all the time, I just want people to think a little differently. I want to tell stories instead of X's and O's. I don't know, man. When you're the subject of an interview, do you appreciate maybe having to think a little bit?
Yes, what I appreciate with you guys is it's a conversation. It's not an interview. We just go back and forth, and it's comfortable. The best part about, that media role, they have it all set up. But you guys you'd finish your conversation interview, and then those guys would be there for another 5 minutes screwing our whole schedule up. So I'm blaming you guys for taking so long.
No, it is our fault. It is. And honestly, it was really kind of cool. And then guys would come back and want to talk afterwards. And whether the coaches, and granted, I've got a relationship over the years with coaches for my other role, with whether it's Blake Anderson or Jay Norvell or whatever, Troy. Craig Bowl loves to talk. I got into it with Craig a little bit. He was the only one to kind of clap back. Brady Hoke said to me on NIL, he said, I feel like a hypocrite because I hate it, but I got to play the game. And so I asked Craig that. I said, I know how you feel about it. You probably don't like it, but do you feel it because you got to play the game? He says, it pisses me off when you say that. We don't have to play the game. We have to evolve. And I'm like, wow, okay, I'm listening. How do you feel when it comes to that?
I think it's the new rules they set, and you got to adjust. You can get left behind. I don't think it's the best way to go. And I think they've introduced a bill into Congress. We'll see how far that goes. I think there needs to be some ramifications so that everybody's on the same playing field, so you know what exactly you're playing with. But lawsuits have kind of changed the entire landscape of college football, college sports, college athletics, period. And there's going to be more coming down the pipe. So I think we're still another 5 years away before we even have any kind of clue what we're doing. So right now, it's just give it as you want.
Danny Gonzalez, head football coach at UNM, is with us here on the patio at San Diego Golf Club as we celebrate 15 years on the opening drive.
Danny, you're talking about things that you have going on with your family, or kids are busy this weekend. Was it hard for you to find that balance? Like when you started to get into coaching and you had to go through that grind and start making that climb, when did you realize that you need to have a balance in your life so you can be a good head football coach?
I don't think you can. I've come to that conclusion. Okay. There is no balance. I've come to the decision that we have to blend it. Our kids are on our coaching staff, are at the facility as much as they can be all year round. We have Nerf gun fights with those kids running around the building. Our families are involved. We have every Sunday we have family. I don't think you can balance it because you're gonna cheat one side or the other. And my wife has been all on board with trying to blend it. And so we do it together. We do everything together, whether they're at the office, whether it's team meals, we have the team over at the house. We try and do all those things so that I can get as much time with them. They can get as much time with me, but they can also see me being a father. They can see me being a husband. I think it benefits our football team. So we try and blend it. We don't try and balance it.
Well, and that discussion too, 4 years when you're in college, it seems like a long time, but it's such a short amount of period of time. And now even players are doing 1-2 years, no doubt, transfer portal. So how do you build relationships or just be honest in such a short amount of time?
I think that's the key words, being honest. They know who you're going to get. They know who you are. We're going to try and we're navigating this thing a little bit different. We're trying to stay away from the 1-year transfers being the majority of our team and take multiple year transfers. If the NCAA hold up and not let them transfer multiple times at free will, then we'll still be able to develop kids. We'll get kids that have 3-4 years left and go down the same path. And they might be a little bit more talented than the high school kids we were typically getting and building into that 4th and 5th year. So I like our roster. We've done some good things to try and get them to mesh. We've taken them whitewater rafting. We've had them at the house. We've done, you name it, we've done it. And I think it's working. We'll see come a month from now.
Danny Gonzalez, head football coach at UNM, is with us. I talked to Dante Martin and both guys who were at Media Day the other day, and Dylan and Dante both was like, I said, what are you taking out of this? And one of them said to me, nobody thinks we're any good. And I said, so do you like it that way? Is it better? Would you rather be picked? And you were picked a distant last, right?
A distant last.
And wouldn't you rather be that than 9th, 10th. Like they say, they're going to be a little better. Does that motivate? I don't know. You use everything. Do you need motivation? I don't know. How do you look at it? I guess you play it however you want to. Coach Long was the best at this, right?
Mm-hmm.
He'll take whatever information and play it into wherever he needs it to go. But they both were really affected by that when I talked to them. Like they saw that. It meant something to them.
It did mean something to them. I mean, they've got a big chip on their shoulder, and I'm glad. I hope they use it in the right direction. They're not worried about it, but it's up all over our building, so they know about it.
Yeah, I like it as a motivation. What do you do differently? Anything going into camp this year than maybe you did in your first year?
We're doing some things a little bit. I mean, definitely the first year we had to practice in groups of 5 before we got to play.
Right.
So
how about
it's significantly.
Fair enough.
We're doing some things. We're going to practice. I mean, we open up with A&M. It's going to be 100% humidity on September 2nd. So we're going to do some things different that way. They tore up our practice fields. We're getting new practice fields. They're not ready yet. So we're going to go between Heather's been generous in allowing us to use one of the soccer fields and then the indoor and then the stadium.
Good.
The stadium lights aren't finished yet, so we can't do any of the stadium stuff inside at night. We're going to go at either 7:30, 3:30, or 9:30. I want the 3:30 days. I hope these 100 degrees stay. I know I'm probably the only one in Albuquerque that hopes that, but I hope they stick around for a little while so that we can try and torture our guys for a little bit, and then we'll have them ready and fresh by September 2nd.
How do you even try to stay focused on the task at hand with all the noise that is out there? Not just, transport NIL, but then I'm sure there's people hitting you on conferences and this or that, but just saying, hey, Texas A&M practice, that's what we got to be about.
I mean, you control the things you can control. We don't control conference realignment. I think our president and Eddie are doing a phenomenal job in keeping their ear to where it needs to be. Those conversations are being had in the back rooms all over the place. As a sports talk radio fan here in Albuquerque, I love listening to all of it. I love watching the whole Colorado saga.
Right.
I enjoy it. I'll throw my 2 cents in. It means nothing, but the best thing we can do right now is produce a good football team for the University of New Mexico to give us a chance to get in any conversation we can get into in the end of the season.
Appreciate everything you do. I know those Mondays that you come on after losses aren't easy, and JJ and I appreciate your candor, your availability, and just coming on when it's not easy. It's easy. It's always easy to sit in front of a camera after you win.
For sure.
It's always easy to sit in front of a mic after you win. You've never shied away after a loss or a win, and we appreciate the conversation. Look forward to them again, not only on Mondays, but always. Appreciate the friendship, and best of luck. Go have a great season.
Well, continue another 15 years. I hope you're still here in 15 years, and myself as well.
So do I.
I knew the first 3 years were going to be miserable. Year 4 was the anticipation of having some fun. That's still the anticipation. The good thing is for the next month, you don't have to talk about who our quarterback is going to be. It's Dylan Hopkins, at least for game 1, and hopefully game 2. So that's a positive. And I think the rest of our roster, our kids feel that way, so it's exciting. Congratulations on 15 years, over 3,000 shows. Awesome. That's unheard of in today's world to have anything go 15 years. It's exciting. It's longevity, and
just let us in the building.
You've owned it, you've mastered it, and we appreciate what you do for our community. I think Eddie said it earlier. You give us a voice. You give our student athletes a voice in the community, which is important. A lot of people listen to you. I love the negative ones that listen to you because it means they care. When they stop talking and they don't care, it's over. So all the guys that can't stand me, please keep bringing it. I appreciate it because it helps us.
Appreciate you. We'll see you soon.
Thank you.
Of luck.
Appreciate it.
David
Thanks.
Gonzalez. Coming up next, we go down south. Mario Mocha, the athletic director at NMSU, is going to be with us on Opening Drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
ProView Networks would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Hans Whitler Automotive, German car maintenance and repair in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Call 505-294-7684 or visit hanswhitlerauto.com. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2600. 2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am a Air Force Special Warfare Pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Marty Size in Albuquerque today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
ProView Networks would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Hans Whitler Automotive, German car maintenance and repair in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Call 505-294-7684 or visit hanswhitlerauto.com.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers. We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
And appreciate everybody stopping by. Our next guest has been with us for a long, long time as well, and is a really good friend of not only of our show, but personally. He is the athletic director at New Mexico State University. Mario Mocha joins us this morning as we celebrate 15 years. Good day, sir. How you living?
Well, happy anniversary.
Thank you. They even got us a cake, Mario. They even got us a cake.
I don't know what there's one, like the 20th, 25th, it's like gold, diamond. I don't know what 15 is, but that's a pretty good milestone.
Yeah, it's cake. And there's an open. We still have a couple spots if you want to play golf. Can you make it? 10:30?
Well, we're playing football on 0 week, so I think as much as I would love to come up there and play and maybe escape a little bit of the heat, I better stay here and try to sell as many season tickets as I can for that first game.
How's that going? Yeah, how's that going? The excitement coming off a bowl win, going into a new conference. How is the excitement down there for Aggie football?
Well, it's it kind of rivals coming off the bowl win. the Arizona Bowl win in December of 2017. So we're seeing a lot of excitement. Obviously, I think the general Aggie fan feels that there's a little more staying power with Coach Kill and his staff and the team that's coming in, and going into Conference USA in July, and really just being a part of a media day for the first time in 5 years, and having Bill Hancock, the head of the CFP there, and it just seemed like, hey, we're arriving a little more with our football program.
Now, Mario, what are the things that the fans don't notice about being associated with the conference that do make life easier for your coaches and your players?
Well, I think there's three big things. Number one is the television exposure, where we were on, Bally Sports in the past, et cetera. Now we're on CBS Sports, ESPN, and their whole family of networks. So, when we play that first game against UMass on the ESPN, that'll be the first time in history that back-to-back Aggie football games will be on the mothership, and, with 75 million homes. So that's a biggie. The second one is sharing in the CFP revenue. There's 32 conferences. There's 10 conferences in the CFP, and they share those monies, which are significantly more than, the WAC and when we were in independent football. So that's two. And then, what's great for football is you get to play for a conference championship, as well as the multiple bowl alliances. We had always obviously hoped, hey, could you get in the New Mexico Bowl and you could have all your fans there? Now it's a much more realistic possibility with Conference USA aligned with the New Mexico Bowl. So those are some of the big ticket items about being associated with a CFP conference and Conference USA.
Mario Moccia, New Mexico State Athletic Director, joining us on the opening drive. I know we could talk sports and everything, but the big part of this show has been the relationship that Jeff has been able to foster with the coaches, and all the coaches from your athletic department willing to jump on. Why have you let Jeff continue to talk to other coaches this long?
Well, I tell you what, Jeff has been a tremendous friend. He asks tough questions, but they're always fair. And, we have such an Aggie contingent up in Albuquerque, over 15,000 alums, plus a lot more fans. And, this is what I would suggest is the main conduit that our fans can, hear and learn about, Aggie athletics. If Jeff Grammer's still there, having his mimosa, also the Albuquerque Journal. But you guys have been tremendous for an outlet. So our fans up in Albuquerque and northern New Mexico can learn about, Aggie sports.
Mario, I appreciate that. And I was blessed. I really enjoyed my time when I did football and basketball and Aggie Vision. And I've been in a unique position where I've been hated by Lobo fans because they call me a damn Aggie. I've been hated by Aggie fans because they call me a damn Lobo. And the reality is I went to neither, and I appreciate and like and want good things for both. So I don't know if that means I've done it well or I've done it poorly, but, I've called games for you. I've called games for UNM. I don't know that anybody's done that before, and I don't know if it means I'm just not good at either, but I've appreciated the opportunity, and I think your coaches over the years – I've been able to get really good relationships, whether it's Jerry now or Hal back in the day or Dwayne Walker or your basketball. Chris Jans and I still talk on a regular basis. I've been appreciative of them, and maybe that's through you, Mario, understanding the value of our outlet because there are more Aggie alums in Bernalillo County and up this way than there are anywhere else in the state. And that's why we continue to do what we do in regards to New Mexico State.
Well, there's always, there's the content too. I know you talk a lot of the pro stuff, but, as you know, Jeff, I've got the app and I listen to the show in the mornings and I'm listening to what's going on with Lobo football, basketball, et cetera. We're a very unique state and you've got to walk that line and you're talking to somebody who not only got a degree from New Mexico State, but have got a degree from UNM. And I work in both athletic departments. So you find a lot of people and relationships like that. And, we're just appreciative. Like I said, from my chair, you just want to be treated fair. That doesn't mean you may not love tough questions. However, I always feel that you've treated us very fairly in the good times and the bad times.
I appreciate that and appreciate your candor. Hey, how was media day? So you, Jerry, you brought a couple of players. basically introduced yourselves to a whole new group of media, right? Brand new markets, whether it was Louisiana Tech or Florida International or Liberty or the whole new markets of media. How were you received? Was it a curiosity? What was the overwhelming thing that you got from this new group of media?
Well, I think, we took Andre Seldon, one of our defensive backs, and Diego Pavia, our quarterback, who's obviously an Albuquerque native up there. The one thing that struck me the most is the respect that Jerry Kill has. We happen to be sharing the hotel with the American. And, I was talking to Willie Fritz, the Tulane coach, who won 11 games last year, and he and Jerry are buddies. Jerry's been in the game a long time. He's got relationships all over. He just drove up to Ruidoso a few days ago to spend some time with Coach Francione, because they go back, 40 years? So the respect that, this industry has for Jerry, and then, the ability to, be on ESPN Plus's live show. So I think our fans are anxious to see the new teams that come in. And quite frankly, we certainly want to win every football game. 5-6 years we were independent, but when you're playing a conference game, that matters in the standings. You're not just trying to get to that mythical 6th or 7th win. So I think it's going to be a really exciting time for football as well as our other sports.
I appreciate you spending some time with us. It's a big day for us, but we want to make sure we bring in, people who've been really, really important to the show, good friends of the show. And good luck to you, man. Have a great athletic season. I know we'll catch up, and we'll see you up here soon. But thanks for spending a few minutes with us today.
Well, I know there was some lag times between the questions, JJ and Jeff, so I don't know if you guys are having some mimosas up there, but enjoy it. Break open that champagne post-show, and congratulations for, what I think is obviously the number one show in the state of New Mexico.
Appreciate you saying that. Thank you, Mario. Be well. We'll talk to you soon.
Bye-bye.
Mario Mocha, the athletic director at New Mexico State University. That's very nice of him. They've been very open with their athletes and their coaches over the years, and I think their fans up here appreciate it. How you doing, man? Welcome back.
Yeah, I know.
You meet some people?
I met everyone. It's amazing. Putting faces to names.
How about this on like 1 day promotion?
It's amazing. Yeah, you're not. You wouldn't believe this is on 1 day because it's big. It's cool. Everyone's here, and it's very nice to meet people.
Still time to come out. We're at the patio at the San Diego Golf Club. Our tee time's at 10:30, right?
10:30 tee time.
So we're gonna go out and play a little bit today. John Traub, I believe, is stopping by. Hoser's here. We got a bunch of the legends. Jeff Grammer's here. You even got a call out from Mario Mocha. Hey, you got an alarm at your business. You got an alarm at your home. You installed cameras. It's not enough. Aaron Jones started IPS International Protective Service back in 2006 to protect you. I've used IPS for years to watch my home. I suggest you do too. Don't wait to be a victim of vandalism and theft. IPS offers standing guards and 24-hour patrols to protect your business. They'll respond quickly to your alarm to prevent loss and damage to your property. It's private security that can save you money. Call them at 505-897-2420. 505-897-2420. Go to ipsglobal.com. IPS, making Albuquerque a better and a safer place to live and work.
Win tickets.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
Sometimes it's the small things that make life easier, like never worrying about being declined at an ATM when only cash will do. With You're Covered from US Eagle, we'll cover you, even if the money's not there. That's a good feeling. and we do it with no extra fees or penalties. It's called trust, and we think that's important, especially if we're asking you to trust us. At U.S. Eagle, that's just part of what it means when we say people mean more.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenprideabq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers. We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am a Air Force Special Warfare pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
But I can't control what some of these people say. 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
You know, the little schedule I put together actually kind of worked almost. A little rough start, but look at our 9:30 shows up right at 9:30.
I was a Boy Scout. Always be on time. You know what I'm saying?
It is our 15th anniversary show. Does it get better than this? Like, we're sitting on the deck, on the patio at San Diego Golf Club. You want to play today?
I do want to play today.
All right,
Unfortunately, we have a little baseball game to play today, too.
John Traub is the general manager of the Albuquerque Isotopes Mariachis de Nuevo Mexico. Green chili cheeseburgers. Did I miss one?
Occasionally, Albuquerque Dukes.
Oh, yeah, it's Albuquerque Dukes. You would be happy to know on college tour at University of North Carolina last summer, she wore, my daughter, Addie, wore her Borque jersey.
Of course.
Last week in Nashville, or maybe that was this week, she wore a Mariachis de Nuevo Mexico hat that she loves. She represents you all.
Hey, no matter where she ends up going to school.
She's a Borqueña.
Of course. And the Isotopes has been part of her life story and vice versa.
You know, she was, and you know, I've had the same seats in large, and thank you to you for making this continue to happen since the day that stadium was built.
Yeah.
Right? Back, I don't know if you know the story. Mel Kowalczyk was the first general manager the first year. And then when they were building the stadium, he came to me and said they were selling tickets through a kiosk, a video tour, a kiosk in the mall, and asked me if I would voice it. This is back 20 years ago.
That was probably 2002.
Okay.
I'm going to say the summer, hey?
And I said, sure. And they said, well, we don't have a lot of money. And I said, I'll tell you what, pay me in 2 club seats. And we have had those seats since the day the stadium opened. And Addie's first game, she was 9 days old.
Wow.
And you know, we see the ushers, we see Barbara, and we see Hallie, and we see all these people who've watched her grow up, and it's so cool.
It's neat. It's
neat.
neat.
Your place is part of our life.
Well, it's you know, this love story between the Isotopes Park, and this entire community. It's been very well documented. We're close to 12 million fans coming through our gates in all these years, and you guys have grown up at the ballpark too. Yeah. Even though you guys are adults, I mean, geez, come on.
We threw the first pitch twice.
I have never thrown out a first pitch.
You never have?
You have never thrown out a first pitch?
Okay, I've got to do it twice. Once with Skip and Joe.
Yeah.
And then once a couple of years, like 2 years ago. And then the first time I did it, Addie was about 3. And she was wearing that Dodgers pink hoodie, and she kind of went out with me, and there was a picture, and John has it. It's in one of those little mirror.
It's a collage of photos, yeah.
And it's like Tommy Lasorda, Steve Garvey, Bill Russell, Matt Kemp, and my kid.
It's the Hall of Fame wall. I look at it every day. But JJ, you said something. You've never thrown out the first pitch, but have you ever been presented with your very own personalized Isotopes jersey?
No.
And Jeff, I'm almost embarrassed to say that we have never done this, I don't believe, to you either, have we?
Why would you?
Why would we? Well, today's the day, guys,
That is so
because you guys have been part of
that is so cool.
Part of the mornings in this community forever. You are the number one show in the community. That's why the number one is on the back of these Isotopes jerseys with
so
your names.
cool.
Thank you guys so much for what you've meant to this community.
Man, thank you. This is awesome. That's really, and you even spelled it right. Did you have to look it up?
I had to, yes. It was in pencil for a little bit.
Look at that. That's,
Mr. Shimbieta.
That's really cool.
Hey, you guys are awesome. This is going to be looking great on the golf course at about 10:30, right?
I mean, I've got no problem.
There you go. There you go.
I really don't. Thank you for this.
It matches the red in your eyes.
You know, which is somewhat of a constant. We have obviously, since the Isotopes have started and baseball came back, the Sports Animal has been the home. But you and I, we predate this, right? So were we at the other station, right?
Yes.
We
Yeah,
were.
that was Archibald.
Archibald. Do you remember Dustin Drew was one of the program guys over there, and he had a character, Archibald, kind of, Mr. Tom, can I be the score operator? Can I do the pronunciation? Yeah, he was great.
That was awesome.
Great character.
But we even predate. See, JJ, I don't know if you know this, but had I not moved in my very young childhood,
Yep.
Jeff and I would have gone to the same high school. I think we're 1 year apart, maybe.
I think that's right.
Something like that. So
Yep.
we both
Could have
grew up.
been best friends sooner.
Yeah.
That's true.
Than you.
That's
you are
true.
now.
And
We
now
would've
we
gone
just
to
put our
Taft High
heads
School.
together and make. Well, never mind.
No, that's true.
Yeah.
It's a family show.
Longevity is a big deal, isn't it, for you?
Yeah.
You've been doing this for how many years?
This
you've
is
been
my
doing-
36th year in baseball.
How long with this club?
This year, 21, I guess, 22, whatever it is.
God, we need to get him a Sports Animal opening drive shirt with his name on it.
Ooh.
well, as soon as here's the last one I got. It's from the very first.
It's got my son's name on it. I see that.
Yeah.
What was your first job in baseball?
I was a PR intern with the California Angels in 1988.
Back when they were the California Angels.
It was a great time. The team was not very good, but they hosted the All-Star game in 1989. So my first couple of years, so after the first year with the Angels, several of us PR interns volunteered to work for the Dodgers during the postseason in 1988. So, I mean, come on. What better of a postseason to be part of everything? Being in the press box when Kirk Gibson hit the famous home run still gives me chills to this day.
So you were there?
Oh, my goodness. It was unbelievable.
You're on one of the brake lights in the park.
No, so I will tell you this funny story.
My favorite part of the story.
Jeff can relate to this. So I got my parents 2 tickets to that game. I still have one of the ticket stubs in my office. When my father passed away, he left that ticket stub, and I was able to get it. And so I still have it. It's one of my prized possessions. $40 for an upper level seat down the right field line. But anyway, my parents were known for leaving events early, showing up late, leaving early. Because in LA, what do? You got to beat the traffic. You got to sit in traffic, whatever.
It's real.
And so this wasn't them, but I still joke to myself and anybody else who can relate to it. When you see the video of the ball going into the bleachers and you see those 2 brake lights right through the middle of the right field bleachers, I always joke that was my folks missing another great event in baseball history.
My favorite part of that, and that is one of my favorite sports moments ever.
Yeah.
Surpassed this year by the Final Four, but one of my favorite sports moments ever. And I know where I was. I was at Jack Murphy Stadium. It was halftime of a San Diego State Hawaii game. I had a full beer. We were watching on Watchmans. Remember Watchmans?
Oh, sure.
Little
Yeah.
black and white screens. I launched my full beer in the air. I jumped in the arms of a large man named Pat Bridge. He Yogi Berra'd me. But my favorite part, you know what's going on in that car? Why the hell did we leave early, right? Gosh, bleep it. Like, because there's the drive.
Oh, of course.
Who would have been on the radio call? If you were in Dodger State, would it have been Ross Porter? Would it have been?
Well, no, because I think they were doing the national. It was, who was on the air?
I don't.
Don Drysdale.
Is it Drysdale who made the call?
If you can
the
go
Dodger
onto
radio?
YouTube, yes, you can go onto YouTube and you can hear it. It's an
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
Sometimes it's the small things that make life easier, like never worrying about being declined at an ATM when only cash will do. With You're Covered from US Eagle, we'll cover you, even if the money's not there. That's a good feeling. And we do it with no extra fees or penalties. It's called trust, and we think that's important, especially if we're asking you to trust us. At US Eagle, that's just part of what it means when we say people mean more.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers. We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am a Air Force Special Warfare pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
As a mom, I try to make the best choices for my family and our health. That's why I choose Western Sky Community Care. It's a Medicaid plan with quality health coverage and special benefits like Boys and Girls Club membership credit, additional dental benefits, and wellness and support programs. I decide which Medicaid plan is right for us. I choose Western Sky Community Care.
Learn more about Western Sky Community Care by visiting discoverwesternsky.com today.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com. We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers. We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Sometimes it's the small things that make life easier, like never worrying about being declined at an ATM when only cash will do. With You're Covered from US Eagle, we'll cover you, even if the money's not there. That's a good feeling. And we do it with no extra fees or penalties. It's called trust, and we think that's important, especially if we're asking you to trust us. At US Eagle, that's just part of what it means when we say people mean more.
ProView Networks would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Hans Whitler Automotive, German car maintenance and repair in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Call 505-294-7684 or visit HansWhitlerAuto.com. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am a Air Force Special Warfare Pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
Mitch, there's a line drive right at the shortstop for out number 3.
Apodaca ripped to left field. That will bounce in, so it's going to be extra bases as they'll have to chase that one at the wall in the warning track. Flipped up, there's no play at home. So it's an RBI double for Andrew Apodaca. Runner at third. High leverage spot. Can Chavez keep the tie? No! That's going to be cracked into left field. It's a base hit as Love puts the Sandia Matadors ahead for the first time today.
The 0-2. Upstairs goes the backstop, and the run will not score. Gun down at home.
Chavez rocks and fires. Ahmed, that's going to be an RBI for Ahmed as that one right through the gap in right center. Petrie will scoop that one, and it's looking like a triple as Ahmed plugs into third base, and what a way to score that run for the Matadors.
Coach Romero barking out his orders there to his players. He's been around the game for a long time. Nice shot to center field. That'll bring runners in. Just like that, La Cueva will bring 3 runners in to go up 3-0. Runner advances to third. Shot to center. That looks good. That's gone. Man, outstanding center shot there. As La Cueva will score. Antonio Lucero, second baseman, quite the hitter. Shot to third, and good catch. And she gets the out. Outstanding play by Trinity Bazan. Nice bright spot.
Costly errors allowed Cleveland to get 1 run back. That one sent on the ground to the left side. Throw to first in time. Throw home. Got her! Whoa, what a play!
Next door or something. Not sure, but they came out here, and Ellison cracks an RBI out to left field. That's where you got to do it. 1 run, 2 run, and this game could very well be over. It's a play at the plate. It's sliding, and that will do it. The Rams walk off the La Cueva Bears. It's a 3-run batted in shot by Dean Ellison.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
Sometimes it's the small things that make life easier, like never worrying about being declined at an ATM when only cash will do. With your covered from US Eagle, we'll cover you, even if the money's not there. That's a good feeling. And we do it with no extra fees or penalties. It's called trust, and we think that's important, especially if we're asking you to trust us. At US Eagle, that's just part of what it means when we say people mean more.
These are more than just the sound of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers.
We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am a Air Force Special Warfare Pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
As a mom, I try to make the best choices for my family and our health. That's why I choose Western Sky Community Care. It's a Medicaid plan with quality health coverage and special benefits like Boys and Girls Club membership credit, additional dental benefits, and wellness and support programs. I decide which Medicaid plan is right for us. I choose Western Sky Community Care.
Learn more about Western Sky Community Care by visiting discoverwesternsky.com today.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com. We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
Mitch with a line drive right at the shortstop for out number 3.
Apodaca ripped to left field. That will bounce in, so it's going to be extra bases as they'll have to chase that one at the wall in the warning track. Flipped up, there's no play at home. So it's an RBI double for Andrew Apodaca.
Runner at third. High leverage spot. Can Chavez keep the tie? No, that's going to be cracked into left field. It's a base hit as Love puts the Sandia Matadors ahead for the first time today.
The 0-2. It's upstairs, goes to the backstop, and the run will not score. Gun down at home
Chavez rocks and fires. Ahmed, that's going to be an RBI for Ahmed as that one right through the gap in right center. Petrie will scoop that one, and it's looking like a triple as Ahmed plugs into third base, and what a way to score that run for the Matadors.
Coach Romero barking out his orders there to his players. He's been around the game for a long time. Nice shot to center field. That'll bring runners in. Just like that, La Cueva will bring 3 runners in to go up 3.